Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. We continue from when we left. Now, for few episodes, we will work only with these two classes, okay? GUI handler. No, not GUI handler, sorry. The GUI itself, not the block, come on. Yeah, the factory GUI and factory container. For few episodes, we will work with only these two classes. What do we want? Well, first of all, in container, remember, container is something that is automatically being synced between the client and the server. What does that mean? If you change anything on factory GUI, it will be only client side. So for example, if two players or three players opened same GUI interface, if you as one of those players change something in that GUI, others won't see it until they close the GUI, they open the GUI again, stuff like that. They are not synced with you because that's only your side, that is client side. Container, on the other hand, is both client and server side. So whenever you do something on container, that would be automatically synced. Okay? Now let's see what we want to add to a container. Well, remember, container is an inventory for itself. By the way, I will show you first the hard way of doing stuff. I mean, without depending on any other core library out there. Later on, we may go and bind this mod again to another core mod, and that would be Malicious Core, because Malicious Core is doing very interesting job of handling inventories completely differently, and that would be very easier for us. But first, let's learn the basics. Let's learn how stuff works. Okay, so in container you want to add your slots that the GUI has. Don't forget that. So I will start with private int slot ID, and I will initialize it as -1. Okay. Then I will add a method that is called, and this is private, of course, private int next ID. What it will do? Well, first of all, it will say slot ID is plus plus. We will add to slot ID, and then we'll return the slot ID. Okay? Fairly simple. So each time we call this method, we get a new slot ID. Now, if you recall, let's open the Photoshop. If you recall, I have an inventory here, but this inventory graphic has nothing in it. Okay, as you recall, when I opened the game, come on Minecraft, come on. If I open the game, and if I go inside the new world, if I open the GUI, you see I have nothing in here, but I have items inside my, let's say, something like this. Okay, I have items here now. If I open it, hey, there is nothing here, but hey, I have items, because these are not binded, and we only draw a graphical presentation in the GUI. We didn't have any slots there to put items there. That's the job of the container itself, okay? So, where do we want to start? Well, let me take a look. Where did I put the items? Yeah, in the constructor, okay? This constructor will grow and grow and grow. So, first we want our player inventory. So we define a for int x equals to 9, 0, x is less than 9, and x plus plus. We go for two different ways. First, we want to add a slot to container, okay? And that's new slot of inventory player, comma. Now, we need to define the position inside the GUI graphics. That would be x, comma, 8 plus 18 multiplied by x, comma, 152. What does this mean? Okay, let's start here. First of all, the y position, we are defining the hotbar by the way for time being. Take a look at my y, it's 151. Okay, back to the code. 152. Remember, we need to add 1 because it's 0 based in Photoshop. So that's the y. For the x, by the way, this is the ID of your slot. Okay? So we are adding slot from inventory player to this ID. This is the x position. 8 plus means the first one is, again, if you look, x is in here, x is 7, but we are 0 based, so it's 8. And this is 18 pixels wide. So the next one should be 25, 26. Okay? How we do that? Well, we say 8 plus 18 multiplied x. First one, x equals 0, so we get 8. Next time, sorry, it will become 18 plus 8, 26, and this guy is 26. Add 1 to that 25. Okay, let me see if I can change it some way. Points, it shouldn't be, no, it's pixels, but edit, preferences, come on, where are you? Preferences, general, nothing here, so we go for next. No. Come on, performance. What are you lagging for? Units and rulers, guides, and one of these two should be the one I'm looking for. But it is not working. Oh yeah. Okay. Pixel and pixel and pixel a point. No, I want it to be whatever points. Column size. Okay. PostScript. No. This is not what I wanted. Type. Cursor, of course, that has nothing to do with these. So, no, I don't want animated zoom. Enable flickering panel, beep and on. Export clip or resize image. Okay, full screen. Sync. File handling. Of course, it has nothing to do with file handling. Performance. Come on. Go 2000, why not? I have all the space. Cursor, transparency, units. Whatever, I will find it later, but that's for time being. So yeah, wait, we can use Google for set Photoshop pixel info, not zero based, something like that. Let's see. Come on. The color range command, no. RGB color, no. Script select pixel, no. Come on, pixel info. Pixel values. And of course, access denied. Thank you. No. Okay, nothing here. And of course, info palette doesn't give me any type of help. Come on. Because? No. Percent? Of course no. Pixels. So there's no way around it seems, or is there? Come on. Or is there around? Panel options. First color, actual color, pixels. Document dimensions. Current tool. Whatever. We'll get more info. Just that. So there's no way around it seems. Okay? We need to remember just that we need to add one every time. Meh. Old Photoshop was one based, but it seems that new Photoshop is zero based anyway. Back to the code. So we want to add more slots, but let's try it just one. Let's see what happens. Now, if I run, hey, we have our slots here. Good, but we don't have any slot on top. Now time to add the slots on top. So we go for another for loop for int, of course this time is x equals 0, x is less than 9, x plus plus. Then we go another for loop for int y equals 0, not o, sorry, 0 to y less than 3 and y plus plus. We add another slot to container, and the container, it's a new slot to the inventory player. X is now x plus y multiplied by 9 and plus 9 because we had the first row now. This is the ID, by the way. This is the ID. So this is the, again, 8 plus 18 multiplied by x. Y, this one time is 94 plus 18 multiplied by y. Okay? Now if I run, I should see, let's divide this guy 32 there, 16 there, 8 there, and 1 there. Okay? So, hey, we got 32, 16, 8, 3, and we saw our inventory now. So we got the inventory of the player inside the GUI. That's cool. But remember something. Inventory player has what? 40 or 40, what did I do? 40 or 44, 45 indexes. And why is that? Well, let's take a look. I think it's 42. I'm not sure. Some numbers around that. The reason is this. By normal, your player has this inventory when he's in normal mode, okay? So 36 here plus 4, it's 40, and plus 4, it's 44. That's all the inventory space your player inventory has. Don't forget that. Okay? That's all the inventory your player has. So if we want to assign anything more than that 44, we will see a index out of range error. Okay? Now let's put a region around this because we don't have to do anything with that anymore. We say this is player inventory and the command do not, let's capitalize it, do not change. Okay? And now we can close it. Bam. We don't have anything to do with the player inventory anymore. Now we need to add more slots. But why? Well, for time being, we will go back to the GUI, factory GUI, and we want to add our very first background. Okay? Our very first background, but before that I want to draw the tabs around our GUI. So in here we want to say, hey, private final something, but that something need to be defined now. What is that? Well, I want a new class. This will make my job a lot easier later on, and we call it GUI rectangle. Okay? Rectangle. GUI rectangle has a public int of x, y, height, and height. Then the constructor public, I think I can use alt insert constructor with int all of them, okay? And that is how IntelliJ works and makes your life easier. Then we say public boolean in rect. We will use this later on very nicely. Factory GUI, we say that's the GUI we are using, and int mouse x and int mouse y. We want to see if the mouse x and mouse y is inside this rect. So we say mouse x minus equals to GUI dot GUI left. Why don't I see that? No, sorry. We need to go back. Wow, I'm dumb. We need a public, was it float or was it int? Get left, come on, where are you? It's int, okay? Int, we call it get left. And here we just simply return GUI left because we don't have access to the GUI left otherwise, and public int get top, and here we return GUI top. We don't have access to that otherwise, and here we say GUI dot get left and mouse y minus equals to GUI dot get top. Okay. Why am I doing it? Because I don't want to send GUI left and GUI top each time I'm calling in rect. Now, remember I have tabs on both sides of the GUI. So I will define a side and we say if side equals 2, then we return x plus GUI dot, now we need to add 2 more, and that is public int get x size, and here we return x size, and public int get y size, and here we return y size. Okay. In GUI rectangle, we say GUI dot get x size if it's less than or equals to mouse x, and mouse come on, mouse, work for me, mouse x is less than or equals to the x plus y plus GUI dot get x size. And so these two lines, by the way, side equals 2 means we are on the right side of the GUI. Okay, so we need to calculate the y size here too, and here to use the right border. But for the y we are not constrained, so we say y is less than mouse y, and mouse y is less than y plus height. Okay, this is one way of it, doing that. Else, so if we are on the left side, we return something like this, but with a bit of change. So x is less than mouse x is less than mouse x plus width, and the y is the same. This will define if my mouse is inside one of those tabs, rectangles. We will come to this class later on. Again, but for time being we need something. We say public void draw, and we say factory GUI, the GUI int source x int source y. So this is the x and y source, x and y coordinates of the source we want to draw, and int, oh, Control Z, come on, int, the side we are drawing the tab, okay, and we say if side equals 0, although I don't have the top tabs, I'm giving myself the option for that, else if side equals to 1, then means we are in left side and we are drawing the left side tab. So we say GUI.draw texture model rect of GUI.getLeft plus x, comma, GUI.top get top plus y, and with source x and source y. And of course the width and height of the rectangle we are defining, else if side equals 2, and this is double equal. So we on the right, we do something close to this, but we go from GUI left, not, plus GUI.getXsize. The top is the same and the rest is the same. Else means that we are on the bottom side. Okay? So, as I said, I won't have any tabs on top or bottom, but I'm giving myself the option for later use. One more thing that we will come to this guy later, much later, is to draw strings on the GUI. But for time being, that's all. And well, what do we want to draw now? First of all, we said we want tabs. Okay, tabs are simply GUI rectangles array, and we call it tabs. How many tabs do we have? Well, we define it here. And where was it? We want to define the tabs here. We say tabs of 0 index equals new GUI rectangle. Now we just define the x, y position of the tab that we want to draw, minus 29, comma 7, comma 32, comma 32. What does this mean? This means that from the border of your, let me see, from the left border of your GUI, go back minus 29 on x, 7 down on y from top, and the and the tab that I'm drawing is this guy. Zoom here. Okay, the tab I'm drawing is this guy, and here, and in info you see that it has 32 wide, 32 height. Okay, so 32 by 32, that's tab 0. Tabs 1, and why am I, yeah, because I didn't, okay. So tabs equals to new GUI rectangle array of the size of 6. That's what I missed. Tabs 1 is equal to the same thing, but this is 29. Tabs 2 is equals to 71. And what I'm doing is just adding 32 to each one. This is the left side, okay? Now the right side, yeah, let me just copy this the whole thing. The right side is 3. This will be minus 3 because remember in our yeah, where did it go? GUI rectangle, we say if we are on the right side, we add the size by itself, okay? So we go to the right border of the GUI, then we go back minus 3, and 732, so the 4 is again minus 3, but this is 39. Why 39? Oh yeah, I mistyped it. 39. 32 plus 7 equals 39. And tab the last one, 5 is equals to 71, 32, 32, and minus 3. No, that's wrong. This is wrong. This should be 7, okay? Now, we defined our tabs positions. We didn't draw them yet. We will draw them later. First things, we need to have an active tab. We want to track the active tab. So private final, not final, private final, not final, I think. Nope, it's not final because we change it every time. So GUI rectangle, we call it active tab. Okay? Here in the constructor, after we define them, we say active tab equals to tabs of index of 0. So our top left tab is the first tab when we open the GUI. Now here we want to define our tabs. We want to draw them. Okay, so we say int source x and source y. Now we say for I, for int I equals to 0 semicolon I is less than tabs dot length semicolon I plus plus. We say int side equals to 1 first. Then we say if I is greater than 2, means we are on the, what the heck, I9? I. If we are in index above 2, then we are on the right side, so side equal to. Okay? After that, we say GUI rectangle, we say rectangle equals tabs of index of I. Then we say source x equals to 176. Source y is equal to 139. We will see why. But we say again, if I is greater than 2, source x equals to, again, 176, no, we want to change just source y, source capital Y is equals to 139. And we don't need this bracket. Okay? So, after that, we say if rectangle dot inrect of this, comma, mouse x, comma, mouse y, comma, side, and tabs of I does not equals to active tab, means that we are inside another tab we want to change the source y to equals to 107, sorry. What these lines mean? Well, it's all Photoshop stuff. First of all, this is the x176, okay? And x176. Y here is 57. And what the heck? What did I do? Huh? 139? What I'm doing here? Did I read it wrong? Oh, Control D. 75. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We are drawing the tabs that are not uh, being activated. So the Y here is 139, of course, okay? Then we say, if we are on the right side, we change the source Y to 139. Am I typing the true things, the correct things? Because I missed something. This is not the case. This is source X equals to 209. Okay? So if I am drawing the right side, let me do this. If I'm drawing the right side, we want X to be around here. 209, it should be here because that's our border here, remember? And finally, if we are inside the rectangle, we want to change the white. So here we define the inactive tabs on right and left. But if we are inside any one of them, so we want to draw it. So we want to change the Y from 139 up to here. So we draw this or we draw this. Okay? GUI stuff, what can I say? It's just tweaking numbers, looking and having fun later. Okay? Now, after that, we say if tabs of index I equals to active tab. If we are inside the active tab, then we say source Y equals to 75, so that we draw the topmost icon. And we don't have anything else to do. Just we say rectangle dot draw this, comma, source X, comma, source Y, comma, side. Let's take a look. So, as you notice, I draw two rows of tabs. First one is the active one, so this is the active one. This is the hovered mode. If I select this, nothing happens because we didn't tell it how to handle being clicked yet, but we draw the tabs, okay, properly. Now, those tabs are not interesting, are they? So before doing anything else, let me put a region because this guy will grow and grow and grow. And we say draw tab background. Okay? So they were not interesting. We want to change them. We want to make it so that they are more interesting. Now I have something like this. Let's open these guys in Photoshop. This is interesting because, first of all, I will be back. So what's special about this file? First of all, it's 1K by 1K. Hey, 1K texture? Yeah, this is a texture sheet, and this is a trick I used, and that's very fun to use because when Minecraft will use this texture, it will reduce it to 256. But these icons will be high resolution. So I think now each one of them are 128, if I'm right. For example, around, yeah, 128 by 120, come on, 7, 7, 8, 8. Yeah, this is the texture, okay? So this is one of the textures. But Minecraft will reduce it to 16 by 16 without uh, ruining it. Because if I now make a texture file, what the hell? Anyway, this, okay, if I want to uh, change the image size, let's take a look. To 16 by 16, yeah, take a look. This is not what we want. But Minecraft, because it's using OpenGL, will draw this properly later. The only thing we need to keep in mind is that, for example, if a texture starts here and in our coordinates here, you see it, for example, it's 375, well, we need to do some calculations. How we do the calculations? We say 24 will be reduced to 256, that is times 4. So for example, 378 divided by 4 will be around 95. So in Minecraft's mind, this will be 95. Okay? You just need to do that calculation for each item, for each icon once, and that will be enough. So I have this guy. Don't forget that. I had put it there. I need to refresh it by syncing it. Now we go to draw these icons, the fun part. First, we want to bind texture. So Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot get texture manager dot bind texture. Okay. We want to define it, so we will go into our textures. We will copy it, and we add factory tabs icon. Okay, and this is the name of the file. Where was it? Where are you? Here. To Control C, and that's the file name. Icons. Okay. And here again, I need to define another texture resource location. Sorry, and we call it factory tabs icon equals to mod id dot lowercase, but here dot tabs icon. And here again, like before, we bind it to the texture, so factory tabs icon. And from now on, we want to blend these stuff, because you may not notice it, but if I select a color and put a background, these guys are semi-transparent. You can see that they became pinkish, okay? So how do we blend stuff? You say GL enabled. What we want is GL underline blend, okay? And when we do something with GL enable, of course, we want to disable it later on. So disable GL blend. Whatever we do is between these two. And we want to say open GL helper dot GL blend function, GL underline src alpha, comma, GL1 minus source alpha, comma, GL underline 1, comma, GL underline 0. This is GL stuff. This line will activate the blending of alpha channels. That's all it's doing. Now, you say draw texture model rect from GUI left minus 29, comma, GUI top plus 7. This is the first position for my icon. The icon sheet position is 224, comma 96, comma 32, comma 32. Remember, my texture in texture sheet was 128, but 128 divided by 4 is 32, and I will be back. And again, we can go reverse. 224 multiplied by 4, it's 896. 896 is this row. So whatever I'm doing, I'm using this row, okay? And I think I was using this icon, so it's 132. 132 divided by 4, 33, no, it's 96. 384, 38. This is the, oh, shoot. This is the icon that I'm using for first tab, okay? And I divided the coordinates to 4 by 4 by 4. And let me show you a trick that I used to make my life easier, of course. Source main resources. This is the same file, but with the background, okay? So when I was going to use this, I would zoom in. I would come here and I say, okay, what is the coordinate of this corner? It's 896384. I would write them on paper, then I would come to calculator and I would divide them by 4. I would put them in code. That was how I used this guy. Okay? So this is my spreadsheet that I used for my stuff. Okay? And I saved it on somewhere in hard drive just for my reference. And that was that. Okay, so I won't come back to these texture sheets anymore because I think by now you got the point. So the next one is also almost similar to this one. Just the coordinates are changing. So we go down 32 and the coordinates is 128 by 96. Then we go again 32 blocks down, so blocks, pixels. This guy is 192, this guy is 160. So we draw the left hand side. Now we go for right hand side. For right hand side, we add plus x, x size, minus 2, and top plus 7. And why I'm drawing it here, come down. So plus 7, and this will be 160 y 128. This will be again 39. This will be 192. This will be 96. And okay, the last one is again, this is wrong. This is 71. It will be 71. This will be, oh shoot, I did something derpy. This is 92 by 160. 160, 129, 92, 96, and this is 0, 0. And there we go. Okay? And I will add something that I don't have yet later on. But let's take a look. And here we go. We have our tabs. As you can see, they are in same place. And because we draw them on, we draw them after drawing the tab backgrounds. The GUI stuff works from top to bottom. So when I hover on something, first I draw the hover tab in back, and I add the icon in front. And of course I can move anywhere. Okay, we can't click on them yet, but we have the icons. The next part, so let's put them inside a region, and we say tab icons, and we close it. Now we want to draw some backgrounds for each tab. And for that, of course, we need more images. So we have 6 tabs, and I made some images. How did I do that? Well, let me show you again the thing that I had in Photoshop. No, whatever. Control 0. Okay, so yeah, what I had done is that I just selected, for example, this slot and moved it around like this. So one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, 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 and here. Then I copied this guy and put it in center. And of course, I added some, you see, slot 0 is this guy, slot 1 in this guy, and I added some text on top of them so that when I'm adding the slots in container, I know the IDs later on. Okay? As you can see, it has some things that are not related to those, and we will speak about what are these numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 later. But this is how I designed the GUI. Then, of course, without these texts, come on, for example, I copy-pasted a certain point of the GUI. And where is that certain point is this white pixel inside the GUI. And where is that pixel? Well, it's this one pixel. Sorry, this one pixel. So I know that I got from that one pixel all the way to the top of this row and to the border. Okay, I have all that stuff, and I got an extra row. So no, alt, like that. Okay, and remember I have this let me show you something. M, Control C, Control 0, Control V, V, and move it to there. Control J, duplicate, move it to the side. Control J, move it down. For example, like that. Then Control J, move it again down. And we have these two. We duplicate them. We move them down. For example, like that. Of course, we need to put them on proper space, but you got the point. I got this image, okay? Then I do merge visibles and I select it from here up to here, and I would Control C and make a new image. Remember, that's critical. This image is again 256 by 256, and I put it in top corner of that, okay? So all these background images, let me preview them for you. All these background images are made just like that, okay? And this is the GUI itself. Now, coming back, of course, we need to resync so that we see our tabs, tab 1, tab 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from our texture reference, we need to define the tabs, okay? So Control C, Control V, and I will call tabs 1 with capitals, and that is tab underline 1, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we have our guys. Here on top, we need the resource locations. So tab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tabs 1, 2, what did I do? 2, come on. Tabs 2, tabs 3, tabs 4, 5, and finally 6. Come on, 6, okay? And I will call icon tab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? Now, we go here and we start drawing them. Here we will say if active tab is tabs index 0. This is tab 1, okay? What we do, Minecraft, of course, dot get Minecraft dot get texture manager dot bind texture, and we have texture, tab, what the heck, no, that's not factory, tab icon 1, wow, sorry. Now, after that, we say draw texture model rect of GUI left. Now we indent it by 3, comma, GUI the top, we go down 3. Why is that? Because if you recall, hand please, this pixel is 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So we need to go 3 and 3 inside. Then we draw from 0, 0, and 170 by 90. This is the background of the first tab. We need to go for tab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, copy pasting. Who said it's bad? But you should not mess things. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have that much. You are extra. So this is icon 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. 2 will be just the same. Yeah, all of them are the same. Just, yeah, you know, we bind different textures. And that should be it. So when we run now, we should see our very first tab with its backgrounds. And there we go. We have our background. And of course, there are no slots in this guy. So we need to add more slots, and we can't click to change the tabs. So we need to work on that too. But that is for another day, another episode. Have fun, everybody. Bye-bye.